Zach, I have to ask since Lavageo brought it up. Are you or are you not the inventor of Safelewd?
Oh yes, I am the inventor of Safelewds, also known as Lewd Images Made Safe, the funny Twitter gimmick account.
Well, now that we know about that, we are ready to go live. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, where ANY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel. Today, with us, just confirmed, the inventor of Safelewd, Zachdewd. Welcome to the show.
Oh my god! Hey, it's me, Zachdewd, Zachary Doodle. No
Excellent.
relation to Rebecca Doodle.
I'm very glad that we cleared that one up. I was already wondering. But since we are already wondering about you, please, since it's your first time on this beautiful, very serious podcast, do tell us, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
Oh man, I do a lot of things. I'm Zachdewd. I run a webcomic called Westry Academy of Heroes, as you can see right there. I've been in the middle of remake. Alright, I've been working on that comic for like 9 years. It has like over 1,500 pages.
Damn.
I've been remaking it lately. I'm on like the 9th chapter of the remake.
I don't know how I feel that the frame that we're using to advertise your comic is just a frame of dirty feet.
It's
like
literally the first thing when I loaded it.
It's like an establishing shot of like the two main kids like running through the forest.
It's me! I go to your website to find myself. Anyway, sorry.
Oh yeah. So there's that. I also run the gimmick account Lewd Images Made Safe that has about 52,000 followers.
I should have been prepared for that.
Hold on, that's the April Fool's comic. You might not want to look at that.
Okay, what about the previous page? Definitely spoilers from current. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Don't look at that either.
Don't look at this.
That's also another April Fool's comic.
Okay, I guess I'll just go back to the very first.
How
page
many April Fool's pages are there in succession?
Let's keep watching.
I took like a year break or two to work on the remakes and stuff like that, because like the very first pages were like from my high school days when I was a bit of an edgy boy. So I was like, yeah, we need to work on that a bit.
So what you're saying is we should start from the absolute first page and put that for everyone to see right now.
All right, look. The first page links to the latest page, and I should like the home page is the latest page, and I should probably change that like right after this podcast. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I do this. Okay. This takes up a lot of my time,
and I'm trying to figure out if it's safe to show Safelewds or not.
All right, Safelewds is.
I mean, I believe I rate this show. It seems to be safe for work as far as the definition goes. I mean, I have a feeling.
Right, so what Safelewds is a Twitter gimmick account dedicated to censoring Rule 34, but not like censoring it, but more like meme censoring it.
Like making it into safe for work situations.
Yes. And the other half of it is the escapades of the mascot known as Angie. And so yeah, it's a half lore account, half gimmick account.
We just can continue staring at definitely safe for word Becca here.
Yeah. That was like right when Cyberpunk Edge Runners came out.
Let's just stare at your Newgrounds instead.
Newgrounds?
Maybe that is safe.
All right.
But I link Safelewds below for people more
I'm not gonna link
than
the
me.
picture. I'm not gonna link the picture I just saw on the Safelewds account, but I will describe it as someone photoshopped the late Queen Elizabeth's head onto a topless girl, and Zach added a nice safe bikini onto it.
Yes, yeah, that's one of the many things you will see on the Safelewds account.
Did you Photoshop the Queen's head on it, or was the Queen's head just already
Somebody else
there?
photoshopped the Queen's head, and I drew over that Photoshop with a nice bikini.
Okay. Also, I like that you just have Whitebeard here without. that you didn't even have to do work there.
No,
But yeah,
I
so
didn't.
anyways.
Anyway, so I guess we now know who you are, what you do. Oh, but then again, we don't know everything you do because you also do animation
He's
for
also
people.
yeah, Zach has done
there's
many
also-
animations for DA Games.
Yeah, I do animations for Bantermations and DA Games and other YouTube channels. And there's also my Newgrounds account where on there I also have a little series called 4 Coma Girls, which is an animated like little series of like 4 panels of these 4 girls, each named Ichikoma, Sankoma, Nikoma, and Yonkoma, which literally translate to panel 1, panel 2, so on and so forth in Japanese.
That's actually a really smart naming convention.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've been doing that. I've also done that on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well. So
Guys, I
yeah.
don't know if you could sense this, but I think Zach likes girls and drawing girls.
Yes, I
Or drawing
do
over
find
girls to
joy
restore their decency.
animating women.
But yeah, Zach, what have you been up to recently? Like, have you slain any dragon? I mean, you told a great story about a crackhead already, but that's pre-show stuff. Come on, what about the main show crackheads? Tell us what's been going on with you.
Oh, main show crackheads. Oh man, there's some stories about the crackheads I've worked with, but I don't know if I want to tell that on the air.
Well, okay.
Dan,
Besides that, what have you been up to recently? Like, just the life of Zachdewd.
It's mostly just been working on 4 Coma Girls, Safelewds, Westtree, and Bantermations. Bantermations has been fun. They've started up their work processes again. I've also, done DA games, obviously. But yeah, it's been a lot. Oh yeah, I've gotten into a game called Space Station 13 a lot. That game has been super fun. Have you guys ever heard of Space Station 13?
No, is it 13 different space stations, or did all other 12 space stations break and now you're on the 13th one?
Yeah, let's go with that second
Which
forward
sounds
bit.
like a great approach.
But yeah, basically, you're on the 13th
It's from
space station.
2003?
Oh yeah, it's an old game, but people, it's gone through a lot of weird. It has a lot of weird history with the source code, as in it's been stolen 3 times by the community, and they've kind of like remade the game with the source code, and now it's playable for everyone for this modern day and age.
That is fascinating.
Yeah,
Love early PC games.
Yeah. But that's only the behind the scenes. The actual game, it's basically like it's like Among Us, but way more in depth. So basically, there's like 20 jobs, and like 10 of them are like trader jobs. And so you try to keep this space station working like a well-oiled machine for as long as you can until the traders mess everything up and you have to escape the space station. And if they successfully kill everyone, they win, and if you successfully escape the space station, you win.
That sounds
That
like
actually that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if that's all that's going on in your life, Max, has anything interesting happened with you?
Believe it or not, not too much. We keeping it very low key here with interesting things in our lives. But no, a small thing did happen on Thursday. We had we have a monthly get together in the company, and given that it is the month of October, this particular one was themed Halloween. Big surprise, nobody saw that one coming. And yeah, I got a chance to get out one of my old costumes, and I actually even won the costume contest as good old Daddy Gondorf.
Oh, cool. What company did do you work for? If you don't mind me.
He's a name and address withheld.
Exactly.
Ah,
No, but
okay.
it's a Berlin startup tech company. Oh, no, can't be a I don't think it fails every potential definition of a startup by now. So no, it's
a Berlin
just
company.
It's a Berlin-based tech company where I work as a CRM administrator. But yeah, I won the costume contest, even so I have to say the competition was
Bad.
Yeah,
you could just say bad.
a dozen people just were running around with literal cardboard signs around their neck, reading stuff like taxes, rent. But most of them were money based. No, but it was very scary concepts. So they were wearing something scary.
Okay, but yeah, when you get to the point that you have most of the people wearing that as their costume,
and
it's just that makes a whole new type of horror. It's called non-creativity.
So basically, the biggest competition in my eyes was a Ghostbusters outfit, which was completely self-made. Like the goggles on top. Why those are goggles from the internet? Like goggles built out of, I assume, toilet paper rolls.
Like Ray's goggles, like that he puts on.
And an entire proton pack, which was made out of a shoe carton.
Why did you win if that person did that much effort?
Because, which I assume is, she was the judge of the contest. So she was fair enough to not make herself win, but I would have been like okay with her winning because my entire costume was self-bought while hers was self-made, and I respect that. But yeah, I believe it was
Gandalf versus the Ghostbusters.
I know, but I believe it was only the fourth time ever that I was wearing a Gandalf. So this outfit, which I have bought good money. Let's put it this way.
I believe
cheap.
you. I've seen this costume in person. It's high quality, but but still, why must the good costume people be the judges? It makes sense when you say it out loud, but still.
But literally, when it came to real costumes, so this one, another one who won with me, who was kind of some self-made witch coat. So that looked impressive. So we both won. We got to share some kind of a 2-liter bottle of a self-mixed cocktail, a Mexicana a colleague
that's always
support
good.
made. Oh, it was, yeah. So we had many rounds of that going around. And
were there any graham crackers at this party?
Graham crackers. Please elaborate.
I heard, certain people named Gandalf really like to lick upon graham crackers.
Okay, don't bring TikTok into this podcast.
Sorry. It's part of my business. It's part of my business.
Look,
all right?
no. I understand that when it's Monday, again, it's Gandalf's time to lick a graham cracker, and it's her favorite activity. But not everyone watches TikTok, especially millennial old men like Max.
Oh wait!
Okay.
I actually.
So I was throwing him for quite a loop for a second there.
Yes, he gets tangential TikTok
he has
knowledge.
A picture.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know.
I mean, I have some notes on the proton pack, but look, it's hard to make a proton pack. There's a reason people pay like $100 for 3D printed instructions on how to make a proton pack. Not even for the proton pack itself. Some people just buy 3D printers to make proton packs. And this is why I haven't made a Ghostbusters cosplay yet. It's coming.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe one last thing to share while I'm on my photo album. So we got a new flatmate. He moved in for Halloween. May I introduce the one and only Kevin?
Has the ferrets climbed on him yet?
The ferrets climbed on him through his rib cage while he was still lying on the sofa inside. Kevin made contact with the ferrets. But yeah, we finally gave him his sun chair outside, and now he's sitting in our garden. And
that is great. But okay, that was
pretty cool.
If that was your week, what did I do?
Was it? The week it was.
What did I do this week? What did I do? Max, did I do
What did
anything?
you do?
I believe when we communicated, it was mostly about numerous work projects from all directions.
Yeah,
Probably
that's basically.
So probably some editing. You are not at.
I mean, Saber made a new highlight channel, and I'm basically the main editor for that. So a video will go up soon. I sent it to him a week ago. It's not up yet. Which is like an animated goth girl tier list. So stay tuned for that.
Wow.
And
that one was very fun to do, because when you're making a highlight reel on a tier list and the person has the tier list very small on the screen, you have to individually pop up the character so people could see what character you're talking about. And that tier list had 81 characters on it. Yeah, so that was fun, but I do like doing the edits, so that's not out of spite. I do enjoy it.
And I guess given that it's at my own discretion, I guess I can also say that you are working on new poses for my Sona for potentially upcoming scripted videos.
Yes, been working on those. It's been, I don't want to say a cursed process because I like making these poses. It's just the thing that when we first discussed it and we got it into motion, it's like, cool, let's do this. I had a million work projects just be like, hey, Chrissy, you busy, friend? And it's like,
wasn't there also a thing where your entire save file from sketches or something when the work of an entire live stream?
Yes, because here's the thing, guys. My method for making poses, whether they're PNG tubers or they're full avatar packs like Max's, is that I sketch everything first, then I ink everything, then I color everything, and then I render everything. I don't want to do, because if you spend your time doing every individual pose with each step and then go to the next one, you're going to spend too fucking long. And I have at least 10 poses to do of him first, of the category 1 poses, let's put it like that. So I sketched all of them. And the hardest part for me, art-wise, is the drafting portion, which is sketching, because he's a human with hands. He's a handsy boy. And, you know, when you have to make a character like this, they talk with their hands. That's how you make things expressive. So I do all this drafting. Everything's great. Corrupted file. I may have cried. I did. But, like, you know, been working on art, and our friend Chris is editing a video right now.
I mean, then again, I guess I can actually announce the video, getting more people to.
I mean, with me and Chris have discussed in the project chat for it that it will basically be done on Halloween,
so
which is very funny. I mean, he says that he's laying out the poses and everything tomorrow. So Halloween, November 1st, perfectly in time for the subject matter of the video, which is
Dragon Prince Season 1, 2, 3, top 5, yay and nay, since the Season 4 is basically about to drop, so I started scripting this video like beginning of the year when there wasn't even a release date, so but now it turned from topical to actually very, very tight schedule.
It's the thing is me and Chris have many full-time jobs on top of it. It's an arduous process having two very successful artists and editors doing this thing for someone. It's like, yeah. But the video's turning out good. Chris is doing a very good job.
Yeah.
And Chris is at UwuCon right now, so
everybody who hasn't yet watched Season 1, 2, 3 of Dragon Prince on Netflix, what did I say? It's a total of basically 9 hours, so you can watch this before Season 4 drops. And my video. And then watch my video and then Season 4.
If it makes you feel any better, I've seen major channels release their reviews of a show the day a new season for the show drops, which is, to me, it's counterintuitive. I don't agree with it, but apparently it's a practice people do.
It's the hottest time of it. It's not
That is
when
true.
when
That's
the
when
most
that's
relevant.
when the metadata is probably its hottest. So business-wise,
Yeah.
I understand it.
But-
But then I've just seen videos for things where it's just like, man, I wonder if they do this in this season, or like, here's the potential for that. And then I watch it, it's like, ha ha, none of that happened.
Which is thankfully only 2 sentences at the end of the video. But yeah, I include this too because I wasn't expecting the season to come out so quickly.
Yeah, when they said November of 2022, you expect a lot later than like the 4th.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, stay tuned
But-
for
Lots
that.
of
but
things
no,
coming
but-
out November 4th.
What also is coming out November 4th?
One Piece film Red is coming to theaters. Some other anime thing I completely forgot about.
Inside Job returns these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Inside
lot
Job.
of oh, I am so excited for Inside Job. I love that show. Reagan is my spirit animal. I have made a Reagan cosplay, and I haven't had the chance to wear it yet.
Oh,
She's tired, just like me.
what was I about to say? What is the costume? A wig and a lab coat?
And I also put a little bit of makeup under my eyes to look like her
To
dark
look.
eye circles she always has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The great thing I
Yeah,
discovered
but
with
yeah.
her is that she has an underbite, which is very interesting.
She does?
Yeah, because when you actually see her smile, like grin compared to the other characters, her under teeth actually protrude a lot more than her top teeth. And I was like, is that just the style of the show? No, she's the only one who has that. Her dad may also have it. I have also made a
I
cosplay
didn't
of her
notice that
dad.
when I watched.
I am too hot to be Reagan's dad. I'm just going to put it like that. I know some people who are like, but Reagan's dad is hot. No, Christian Slater is hot, who plays him. That's why you think he's hot. To the
man, I
5
bet- I
people
bet I
that watch
could-
Inside Job.
I bet I could beat the shit out of Reagan's dad, honestly. One-on-one.
Yeah, he's
I
more
mean,
the brain guy, not the.
Yeah, I mean, him in his little wetsuit in the finale, he's a string bean, so I think you're fine. Zach hates Inside Job, says Randy Newman. Why is Randy Newman here? But yeah, so besides that, doing all that stuff, preparing for Cider Fest, since that is in a few days. I'm totally not freaking out because of all that stuff, because just to list all the shit that I have to do at Cider Fest. So besides vending, which is a fucking given because Chrissy vents at things, I have a painting panel where I am going to be instructing 20 super sponsors, so the 2 highest sponsor tiers at the convention, and 5 guests of honor of how to make a painting, like, kind of Bob Ross Joy of Painting style.
Which, that's nice.
I mean, it's a thing I've always wanted to do. It's just I've been discussing it with Cider Fest for like a while. Like it was a panel that was accepted before the other panel accepting letters came out, because it's a sponsor event. So Cider Fest actually helped fund the event. So I didn't have to buy all the paints by myself like a public school teacher. But so that's going to be interesting.
Too real.
I mean, I think it's just a thing that one of the guests of honor is an artist from the official comic books, which just that doesn't make me like at all. And also that one of the other guests of honor is the voice actor for one of my favorite characters, which is just like, both of these things totally don't terrify me. And then I have a the You Suck and Why That's Okay panel. The first time I've done it since BronyCon 2019.
Damn.
Which if you are someone who was with me right before that panel started, I was literally walking in circles going, I can't do this. And then I did. So that I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I'm one of the leaders of the Pub Trot, which is basically an official event of Cider Fest where we go to 5 different bars, and I am the band leader of a bunch of drunks, and that's fantastic. I'm going to be on Saber's Whose Line Is It Anyway panel, which is a first. I've wanted to do that for years, and he was like, hey, you want to be on it, you cool dude? He didn't say the cool dude part, but he did say if I wanted to be on it, and I said yes.
Wait, hold on. Did you say whose line is it or who's line is it?
It's actually called Hooves line, but it is a whose line is it anyway panel kind of thing. Which Saberspark does at every convention, even when it's not a pony thing, but he just calls it whose line at normal conventions. But yeah, I have all that going on. I'm gonna be very bit, and I'm one of the auctioneers for the charity auction. All that all at once.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and premiering a bunch of new merch, which I'm excited. Did I show these on the podcast the last week?
No, I believe you only sent them. Sent me.
I sent them to you. Yeah. So these are 2 new pieces of merch. Sorry that my week is going so long, but I got them sponsored on Twitter, and they're quicksand charms. So basically, there is liquid inside of these. So the sand inside actually moves, and like you could. So I have Dr. Hooves. You shake them up and stuff, and like it actually has the sand go down like an actual hourglass and everything.
Yeah, that's cute.
And then I have Luna with sequins, and hers is a bit more. Hers is a bit more subtle, but like hers actually, the sequins go down and make her hair all sparkly, and they're holographic and all that stuff. Shut up, Seth. But I'm very excited for these. I hope they do well, because if they do well, I'm immediately ordering more of other characters, because this is the goofy shit I like. I think it's such a cool concept. And I have been, especially with this particular Doctor Who's charm, I have been just having it in my hand to have the hourglass like fill up and, with on the different sides. I'm pretty sure design-wise, this one's my favorite because of the hourglass gimmick. But yeah, I've just been so busy. Life is busy. But if it wasn't busy, I don't know what I'd do with myself.
Also true. I've had times when I've had nothing to do and I just play Epic Battle Fantasy 4 over and over again.
I don't know how people can just do nothing.
Yeah.
I do not understand.
That's what video games have been invented for.
But video games, you're still doing something. You're still using some kind of like that. I'm just saying, I don't get people.
People who say they do nothing. They do something, like reading, video games, even meditating is to a certain degree doing something, because you focus on not doing anything.
I mean, that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why West Tree has over 1,000 pages, because
you do nothing.
I've had a lot of nothing to do in my life.
Well, okay, let me rephrase it. I don't understand people who don't do anything fulfilling. Like, yeah. I can't imagine not doing something that is a progressive onload of something to keep moving forward. Like, there are which video games are not. Leveling up doesn't count, and I should know because I spend a lot of my free time leveling up in Heroes of the Storm. So, I don't get people who can just be like, oh, I'll just sit here and watch a bunch of shows and stuff. I can't do that. I have to be doing something. I can't. I don't understand people who can play a video game for hours on end. Like, yeah, I can do a couple rounds of a game and then I have to go back to work. Like, I don't get it. How do people do this? Yeah, Are you okay?
I like games that I can play in sessions, like Monster Hunter. Like every hunt in Monster Hunter is like 50 minutes, and that's all I need for a good break.
Yeah. What did I do? Oh, I got recognized at a Starbucks the other day.
Oh yeah, so I saw you tweet about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I was just walking to get some coffee for my midday perk up because life is exhausting. And I was wearing my Try Guys hoodie and because it's cold. And, we're talking to this lovely barista and she was like, is that a Try Guys hoodie? And I was like, oh, yeah, it is. And she was like, wait, you were in a video, weren't you? And I was like, yes. It was like, is it the Pokemon video? And it was just that moment I was like, How the fuck did you? Is this part of me very recognizable? Because I wore a mask during the interview.
You have your own YouTube channel. You are a frequent appearance on many other YouTube channels. You have been on Try Guys once, and the full screen time is what, a minute or two, while wearing a face mask. That's the one thing.
You were on Try Guys.
To be fair, they said that they looked me up afterwards because it does list what I do when I am on screen. But the thing was just they were like, yeah, you were in a Try Guys video, right? It's like, yeah, I was in the Pokemon one. I talked about Dragon Energy, and it was the first time outside of a convention that I got recognized, which is one of the weirdest fucking experiences. It's not a bad one. She was the sweetest girl, and I just talked to the baristas for like 10 minutes while they were working. They made my order and they didn't have anyone else's order coming up. They were prepping other food, and we were just talking about Disneyland, which was great. They are both very sweet girls. I gave them both $5 tips because they were lovely.
That's good.
Tip your baristas, unless you're in a country that doesn't tip and actually pays them good wages. I'm being real today. But no, it was just such a surreal experience. It goes up there to the first time I got recognized at a convention just from my voice. Because, for a long time, there wasn't a face behind there wasn't a face to the character, right? I think it was genuinely like Nightmare Nights or something. Or because my first pony convention was BabsCon, and people only recognized me because I was around people. But I think Nightmare Nights was the first time I was just standing in the lobby. Someone was like, and I think I was talking to Max or I was talking to Lightning Bliss or something. And they walked up and they were just like, wait, are you Keyframe? And it's like, I didn't have my badge on me or anything. I didn't have anything recognizable. I do not look like my horse. So it's just like, oh, you're Keyframe. It's like, yeah. How did you know that? I also think I don't sound like myself when my recording voice is different than my talking voice. I personally think it sounds different. Not according to other people. Voice? This is my talking voice. When I'm recording for scripted content, I noticed that, at least I used to, my intonation would go up. So I would talk more like this because I thought it was more
you got the VTuber recording voice.
Hey.
Yatta! No, I just, kind of realized it's just different. It was just weird. But yeah, that was my week.
All right. I have another thing to add on to my week.
Oh my.
Go ahead.
I talked about this a little bit during the pre-show, I think, but I found out my computer has been having overheating problems. And
that is from all the saved loot you're saving on there.
Yeah, maybe that. But also, I was in the middle of doing like keyframes for a Bantermation video, and like my computer just suddenly turned off, and I was like, oh, what the? And I lost all the keyframes for that day. So that kind of put me. One thing about me is that I hate redoing work.
Yeah.
So I
hate
took
work.
A break. Well, I like doing the work. It's fun. I just hate redrawing stuff over and over.
Oh no,
again.
I get you.
So
same, bro, same. Just like me.
I got reminded this during your talk about the drafts that were lost, right?
Yes, it was so. You know the pain.
Yeah, I know the pain. So I took a break for a couple of days, worked on my own stuff, worked on 3 or 4 Coma Girls shorts, and
Sometimes you need to work on something else to mitigate the frustration of what you were currently doing. I did that the other day. I was getting really frustrated with a hand for one of the poses, and so I was like, fuck it. You're going over here right now. I'm working on a shadow box, which I made, and my shadow box maker was like, wow, you've gotten a lot better at Illustrator. Thank you for the validation. But yeah, I get you. But
Yeah, that's why I have like 3 or 4 projects ongoing, because I get tired of one of them every once in a while. I'm like, ooh, let's start a new one.
yeah, but okay, so besides that video game you talked about in your week, have you consumed any other media recently that you want to spin a tale about?
Wink, wink, that way.
Well, every week on Tuesday, I've been watching the newest hit animes that have been coming out. That being Chainsaw Man, Spy X Family, Mob Psycho, Pop Team Epic Season 2, and One Piece.
So why don't you pick one and talk about it?
All right. I don't see a lot of people talking about Pop Team Epic Season 2, which has been very good so far. It's just
talk about
well, all right. It's full of
Alright.
memes, it's full of dreams, and full of wacky voice actors that you may have seen throughout the anime. Oh yeah, there's a new opening for it as well, and the opening is wild.
How would you describe Pop Team Epic to someone who's never seen it before? Which
It's
is
like
one of the hardest tasks for a person.
It's a 4-coma gag show, but it takes those gags and really puts artistic twists on them. It's almost like a big collab against like many other animation studios, because you get to see so many different styles of animation on display. Like there's this one studio that's like doing like really realistic 3D renders of the 2 girls, Papuko and Pipimi, I think their names are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been really fun to see.
I one of my favorite things about Pop Team Epic is that they have guy voice actors, and then they just have the same skit again, but with female voice actors.
Yeah. And usually it's like famous pairs of like anime characters, like Ed and the Knight dude from Full Metal Alchemist, and Gon and Kahlua, who are just in like episode 3, I think.
It's such a weird, I mean, there's no better way to say it. It's a weird show, but it's such a violently Japanese kind of weird.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like parody stuff too. Like they were making fun of their own publishers, King Records, for like one episodes, and it was like a skit where they had like a mecha battle against them.
It's like a cleaner
like,
panty and stocking in terms of absurdity.
Yeah. There's also this one segment at the end of every 11 minutes where you get to see the 2 voice actors of the episode just casually talk about like stuff going on in their life, kind of like a podcast.
Oh.
But yeah, you just see the 2 voice actors just kind of bro it out for a bit, talking about the upcoming release of the Blu-ray or just what's been going on in their lives.
So what you're saying is me and Max need to be on Pop Team Epic, because we could just have that segment in there and it'd just be our podcast. It'd be the best cross promotion.
Yeah, we need you guys for the Pop Team Epic English dub.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hire us, Crunchyroll or whoever. We won't need a lot of money.
Yeah. And actually, while waiting for the English dub of it to come out, I've been wondering how they're gonna like handle those segments of like the 2 voice actors broing out. Like, are they gonna have the English voice actors just do their own improv, or are they just gonna have them try and sound like 2 Japanese people having a casual conversation?
I imagine that they're gonna probably have them do their own improv. Did you get a ferret?
I learned a new trick. Oh, I taught him a new trick. So I'm sitting here. You see my hands are up here.
Yes. Is this one of Himbo's mice? Oh, look at him go!
Oh, that's cute.
And what now? What now, buddy? What now? It's the one that's still crucified to the cardboard it was originally sold on, and he still takes. Oh no! Okay, careful, baby. Careful.
Don't fall.
Take it. You need to take it, buddy. No, you can't go over the desk. You came up the legs. Go down the legs.
Or it just looks like you're yelling at your crotch.
Yeah.
And there he goes. Well,
You can't go here, buddy. Like, come on. You're gonna go down?
But he just woke up and bumped into my foot, which was like, oh, I have a new trick to show.
But yes, who do you recommend Pop Team Epic to? And inversely, who do you think wouldn't like it? Because I feel like there is a sizable faction of people who would be like, what?
I don't know. I mean, I could just recommend it to anybody. I mean, it's a pretty easily digestible show. There's not really well, for season 2, you have to watch the OVA that came out before, or else like the first 10 or the first 5 minutes of the first episode of season 2 won't make any sense at all. And you'll be wondering why there's a live action person.
What is this? The MCU?
Yeah.
You got to do your homework.
But yeah, no, there's this anime or this live action person from a Super Sentai show interacting with the two Papuko and Pipimi, and you'll be wondering why is this live action person here? So yeah, that's the only thing I can say before watching Pop Team Epic, I guess. I guess if you yeah.
No, go ahead.
I guess if you just don't like humor, don't watch Pop Team Epic.
If you hate funny, or look, one of the clips of Pop Team Epic involves a robot that's called Biggest McHuge Guy. If you don't think that's the funniest thing on the planet, you might not like Pop Team Epic.
Oh, well.
But yeah, so Max, do you want to talk about your media?
I most certainly can, in the hope that I actually never talked over it before. It is a YouTube channel by the name of Zachdewd, which, if you go to his most popular tab, you you can see what his most popular show is, or his segment, which by now is concluded, but all, I guess, 5 episodes of it. Oh, there's another one hidden down here. A few more down here. But so the fun thing is he's a gamer, like all of us are. And at some point he started to take his wife, also known as a woman he lives with, who is no gaming background. He usually always refers to her this way. My wife, more commonly known as the woman I live with. And so literally non-gamer, never had a controller in her hand, nothing. And he takes her on a journey to actually, hopefully a playlist on his channel. Yes, there it is. 8 videos, full playlist. And really with recording footage and commentary and everything. And them making together discoveries like things that anybody from us would natively know, like intuitively. Stop previewing. You're killing me. From the most like pop-ups or tooltips or anything that anybody who has ever played a game automatically knows, kind of like she didn't. And it's an absolutely fascinating journey, like for him to watch her being completely alienated by the most basic stuff and then taking enjoyment out of other things that we as experienced gamers don't even spend a moment thinking about. And so for this series alone, I would recommend the channel if you are a gamer and want to have this interesting outside perspective, or if you are not and are interesting to see who somebody got put onto this journey. But as you can see by all the red bars, I am also a general viewer of his. The only ones that you see that I haven't watched recently are the Hollow Knight related ones, because I haven't finished Hollow Knight yet. Yeah, but no, he doesn't do game reviews or anything. He talks more about concepts, more about experiences, gives his thoughts about those kind of stuff, like open worlds as a concept, how walking gets handled in certain games, and why in some games walking is an acceptable aspect of gameplay, while in other games you are like, oh god, this is so slow, where's the fast travel? Like, going in with this kind of analytical mindset, and I find it highly fascinating. He's not the guy, as you can see by the average run times, like barely any video cracks the 30 minutes. So it's not, for once, it's not the video essay channel where he talks about any of those concepts for like an hour upwards. So it's a lot more digestible, which is like...
So it's not for me. I love the long form content.
I
You gotta be
mean-
thorough, man.
I mean, you can't just watch his entire catalog, so I guess this goes, then creates like one or two long form, the equivalent of one or two long form videos. But yeah,
Short form videos are for the weak.
I know.
Watch an 8-hour video dissecting a random TV show. You can pause. You can start it back up again. You can have it be your dinner theater for the next 5 days.
Exactly.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have been watching Ellis Mark's review of every FNAF book, so that's a good 3 hours.
I just watched Quentin reviews talk about random Nickelodeon shows for 6-hour-long videos. Or Garfield. He had a very long video about Garfield.
I watched this week Sarah Z talking for 3/4 an hour about a specific episode of Buffy and the weird PSA episodes that the American government sponsored in the 90s. So...
We always love those good old 90s special episodes.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, who do you think would like this and who do you think wouldn't?
Yeah, I would say if what I described sparked your interest, like you are interested in seeing, at the end of the day, just some random bloke, some bloke's thoughts on video games, concept around video games, or maybe just the what was the name of the show again? Non-gamer, gaming for a non-gamer. At the very least, this series. Then check it out. It's on YouTube. It's for free, and I personally would recommend it. If this entire concept is like, meh, I just play games, but I don't want to think too hard about it, or I'm not interested in seeing how it could be through the eyes of a non-gamer, then yeah, might be a skip for you.
Could you
Well, there you
link
go.
it in our Discord chat?
I can definitely link it in our Discord chat. It will also be linked on the YouTube upload below. I usually link everything that's link-worthy and linkable there.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
so
This leaves Key.
me.
Any
So
media.
I was considering what I was going to talk about because I have not watched Wendell and Wild yet, which would have been my media, but I want to watch that with people.
Yeah, I gotta watch that too.
Have
but
you finished
the,
anything on TV time?
No, we started Miraculous Ladybug if we wanted to.
What is it, season 4?
Oh,
Season
no,
5.
Miraculous Ladybug.
So, also, let me tell you, I've never been more mad about Miraculous Ladybug spoilers because I keep getting clips of a future episode that just came out in France. And oh my god, Lauren messaged me being like, I'm so mad! And I was like, why are you mad? And now I found out why. When that episode finally happens, it may be the episode that gets Max to tell us we have to stop watching the show. It's genuinely infuriating. I can't say what it is yet, but man,
Season 5?
yes.
Okay, so
it-
France is not an entire
like
season
2 years
ahead.
ago.
No, France is not an entire season ahead. They're just a few episodes ahead.
There was hoping.
But no, there's just the thing of when that episode happens, there may God, future vision. It may be a moment where we finish watching the episode and Max is like, Chrissy, yeah, I don't want to watch this show anymore, man. I'm mad.
I mean, I already had
'Cause he's
moments
mad.
like this, so how much worse will it be?
I mean, that's the thing. I was actually like, wait, is this how they're extending it to 2 more seasons? And I got really mad. Your face of like, I miss Pigeon Man. Pigeon Man was simpler times where we could laugh at the dumb. But I'm telling you, every
I
episode.
hated Pigeon Man always. But he's the worst.
But yeah, but there's a thing where you're like, this is ridiculous. And now it's just, this is ridiculous. like my God. I think the 3 episodes we watched during TV time, we were just kind of like, why?
Do you just want to go with Miraculous and anecdotes
No,
surrounding it as your
okay.
media? I mean, you could.
You know
just
what?
offering.
You know what? Yeah, why not? Because I could actually have you contribute to it. Because the other 2 options were a special I found when I was looking up stuff about the media I had last week with the partially lost Rock Odyssey thing. Because when my friend Dylan looked it up in the Library of Congress, there was a special right next to it that was submitted the same day called "What If I'm Gay?" which is all on YouTube. It's from 1987 about a jock coming to terms with being a homosexual.
And it was actually sexual.
They do say that. They also do not use the correct term of queer. But it was actually a really good special. Like, that's the thing. We thought that it was going to be a ridiculous, stereotypical thing, but then they give us a fucking twist in the first 10 minutes, and it's like, wow, this was actually a really good special about coming out.
Wait, it was Ladybug? No. This was the thing that popped up in the sidebar.
The "What If I'm Gay" thing. The other option was talking about Key and Peele because Wendell and Wild is out now, and I could talk about their comedy. But no, I want to rant about Ladybug. My fucking God. So for people who haven't watched recently, Ladybug lost all the Miraculouses to Hawkmoth.
Spoilers, I guess.
I have no idea. I only watched the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, you're lucky you got out early. Because you know what? Let me tell you, I remember the bygone times where me and Max were intrigued in the show. We were watching it at his place a lot, and we would walk to the train station and we would actually have discussions about what is the Peacock Miraculous and us discussing theories and stuff. And now it's just mad. Now it's just like,
what was it? It was end of season 3 where they went in and actually paired them off with other people just to completely roll it back in the next season. But wait, was
in
this
like
also,
the first 2 episodes?
Was this also the same time when they completely
backpedaled on Chloe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
man, God, this is why I hate shipping in cartoons.
Yeah, this is the most slow burn edging bullshit that I've seen, and it's like, my God. Yes, Hawkmoth's now called Monarch. Let me tell you, he has 2 character designs in the show, and the first one was ugly as sin, because he was literally just wearing a bunch of jewelry and looked like a train wreck. He looks a bit better now. He just looks like he's wearing a gimp suit.
Yeah, but about the first new design, Sync, worst version of your self-insert OC where you cannot stop yourself from adding, and that would be cool, and that would be cool, and that would be cool, and that would be cool.
It was like baby's first Sparkle Dog. It was really bad. But so yeah, the first 3 episodes of Miraculous are the same episode. And let me explain. Because all these episodes take place in narrative, I think in the same 24-hour time span, but from different perspectives.
From the new season.
Yes, because the first episode, because all these things take place like immediately after each other or in concurrent events. Because the first episode has them doing a bunch of time travel to try to collect the Bunny Miraculous from things, and which is a time travel one, and it shows Hawkmoth is just so obsessed. I'm not calling him Monarch. Hawkmoth is just so obsessed with defeating Ladybug that he literally fucks himself over from just stopping the event that causes him to become Hawkmoth in the first place, which is the event that makes his wife go into a death coma. To the point that his assistant Natalie, who is the biggest simp for this character in this entire show, is like, fuck you. Like, you just fucked yourself over, Gabriel. Like,
even
my
so
God.
She's still there the next episode, so her fuck you didn't really seem to.
I imagine she's there for the kid. It's like one of those marriages. I'm only here to help the child. And then the next episode is like a wild goose chase that's immediately after where Hawkmoth is just like telling the other like Kwamis to find Ladybug, and it turns out that Ladybug did this Lupin level like scavenger goose hunt all over Paris for a just in case scenario of if Hawkmoth tries to do this bullshit. And then the other episode is Hawkmoth is a genuine plot thing where Hawkmoth actually figures out how to like have a better character design, which is just turning all the Miraculouses into a bunch of rings, so it looks like fucking Jackie Chan adventures, like or Captain Planet, and it's so. I'm trying to be skimp on details, I guess, for plot, but it's so dumb. Also, Adrian obviously is starting to like Marinette, and that doesn't lead, and I'm not excited about that.
We are back on the original OTP.
And also, like, there are multiple moments where Ladybug is blushing with Cat Noir.
Wait, are they actually flipping it? Are they actually flipping it that Ladybug develops a crush on Cat Noir while Adrian develops a crush on Marinette? No.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. Whoa.
It's just, what shape is this ship now? Is it a cube at this point?
Hypercube.
Yeah, what plot's the same?
Hypercube, similar quality like the movie of the same name.
Oh god. But no, like, the thing is, I love bad media. I love watching something crash and burn. So I've been enjoying watching this just for the sheer fact of how much dumber can we get? We're on the floor. There's a literal episode in the last season where the entire plot was that there was a villain that just made people dumber and dumber. Oh. And that's one of the best episodes of the whole show.
That was also a painful one.
No, we were laughing during that because it was so dumb. Like, because... Let me describe this episode and then I'll be done. Marinette sticks a bunch of children with her grandfather because she wants to abstain from all responsibilities because she's Marinette.
Worst character of the show. Okay, Chloe is so bad that Marinette might still be second worst character.
Yeah. But still, and also her grandfather's a boomer, so he can't understand how to press the spacebar on a laptop. And he's just like, I wish times were simpler. So Hawkmoth turns him into I think his literal villain name is Simple Man. And his whole thing is that he bangs down a cane, which sends a shockwave throughout Paris, which makes people
dumb.
Simple. Like, simple-minded dumb. Being like, which at first it's kind of like, oh, why am I nervous about this thing? Let me just go do it. But then we progressively get dumber and dumber. And the thing Hawkmoth didn't realize is that he was in the blast zone, so he's also dumb. which is the funniest part, because there's just a whole part where they almost lost their Miraculouses because Hawkmoth's like, wait, people love candy, offer them candy. And the kids saved the day because they were behind the Simple Man before he sent out his shockwave, because that's how area of effect damage works. It's so dumb, but I almost want the show to just be that kind of dumb instead of this is obviously to extend the show to 7 seasons kind of dumb.
That sounded like a JoJo stand from part 6, the one that makes everybody angry.
Yeah, basically. But you know what? I recommend the new season of Miraculous Ladybug to people who haven't watched any of the show prior.
Well, that's an interesting experiment.
Just because I don't want if people are actually like, let's watch this now. If they are going to do this whole flipperoonie thing, that you don't have to build up 4 seasons of the opposite ship just for you to get angry when they may do the flipperoonie. You know what? Start fresh with your, my god, you know? 8, there are 8 confirmed seasons. They're going to be in college by the time the show is over.
I mean, then there's probably the point where they establish that canonically the entire events of Ladybug have been taking place in 2 months.
They have confirmed that all this stuff in the past, 4 seasons has been 1 year.
Close enough.
I I actually talked to Lauren about this, being like, if I had to isekai into any universe, I do not want to be in the Ladybug universe. Not because of like fear of anything, of monsters or whatever. It would just be the most complicated fucking world to live in, because everyone has like 4 secret identities. Because you can have an akumatized self, you can have a second akumatized form, you can have your secret superhero identity. Sometimes you're just given another Miraculous, so you become a different superhero. It's just like, I don't think I could keep up. I would have an identity crisis 3 months in. But yeah, so there's my media. I assure you, you're going to hear more about Miraculous Ladybug later on.
Oh joy, is this a threat or a promise?
Be happy that this is one of the last shows of the year.
Yep.
So like,
yeah, we did the
so,
math. There's maximum 2 more this year, so
yes,
savor
because the
it.
holiday season causes, you know, us to not be available on Sundays.
Clusterfuck.
Wait, two more seasons in 1 year? Or
No,
two more seasons in 2 months?
No, two more episodes of this season of AWKWARDCast in the year.
Oh, okay.
No, Miraculous Ladybug is not that efficient with making episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna get a bit worried for the animators there for a second.
But yeah, so I guess fan art of the week.
Fan art of the week.
My buddy Quillen Led made this very nice Sonic art of my persona. Minks translate well into the Sonic universe because all Sonic animals look the same.
They kind of do, with the smallest details to distinguish them.
Like the difference being ears, or they have wings, or their hair.
Oh, I mean, there's Big the Cat.
Okay, I was about to say Big the Cat is the one example of like Big the Cat or Vector the Crocodile.
Don't forget Vanilla the Rabbit, who's like human-sized.
Oh yeah, the MILF rabbit. That Vector dates. If you ever want to look up crocodile on bunny porn, look up Vector and Vanilla.
Let me take a note.
But yes.
Can I just have Vanilla for myself?
Oh wait, what about the other mink drawing, the one on Twitter? I guess that'll be on a future art of the week, because the person who does the Woo Wolf comics did a stream where they made a bunch of shitty doodles.
Oh, shitty doodles! Yeah. That's a
yeah,
one.
and I was the first one, and that's why my Twitter profile picture is different, because it captured my energy.
Yeah.
While you do that, I'll get the questions up for the Q&A.
Yeah, I mean, I also have one question on Twitter, unless
Is
more
it
came in.
J-Rock?
It is J-Rock. Guess what type of question he's asking?
Is it a would you rather?
It is! Time
Aww.
for an alien versus predator, would you rather? For all 3, would you rather fight against the aliens, aka xenomorphs, or the predators, aka I forgot what the name of the species is, but it's not predators. It does depend on your environment. Wait, he's already giving the answer. Yeah, it depends on the environment. Duh.
Wait, repeat the question? I was staring at pictures of the ferrets.
Would you rather fight against the aliens, aka xenomorphs, or the predators? Whatever their species is, because they have a name.
Okay, so alien versus predator.
Yeah, but you versus either of them.
I'm gonna die either way.
Probably.
I would choose the alien. They have less muscle mass, so their bones are easier to break.
Wow, that's actually a really good answer.
But you think you are in the condition to... I mean, bone breaking is not necessarily the first attack that I would go for. Like, hey...
I'm just imagining Zach on the...
They look pretty skinny. They look pretty frail. So like one good punch can like break their like elbows.
I'm just imagining Zach on the space station with a fucking baseball bat, just going.
But I believe we have Zach's answer.
I'd be kind of like Nicolas Cage in that one movie with the animatronics.
Oh, Wally's Wonderland or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, Zack is going in and breaking the Xenomorph's elbows in order to overwhelm
Okay.
them, which is
Reduce
fair.
its
I'm trying.
mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's like their big thing, right? They have like high dexterity, you know?
Yes. Let's see. I'm trying to think of mine. Because here's the thing. Do you hear an echo?
Yes.
That might be me. I just turned down my microphone gain.
Oh, okay. But no, xenomorphs are scary. And usually that just leads to death. However, I would be utterly fucked in the Predator universe because they see in heat vision. And according to I said this on the last podcast, according to most people, I'm hot as hell, like physically, like literal, like temperature wise. So I would just be a fucking beacon in their little heat sensor vision.
But maybe you radiate so much heat that there is just a giant red or even white glowing blur, so they cannot aim for you, because you're like never. The moment they enter the same room you are in, everything is like how to best hide a person
In plain sight.
Yeah, or hide something which radiates heat from a heat vision. Put it in a hot room, and if you are so hot that you heat up the entire room to the point where you're literally invisible in it.
That's a great point, and I keep my office boiling hot. So
the Predator
thank you, Max.
the Predator.
I am going to fight the Predator because I will overtake it, make his strength a weakness.
Exactly.
So what about
Well, I
you,
mean,
Max?
he still has all that muscle mass, you know. The Predators are built.
Excuse me. At least that I can compete with. Like I could probably fight back. So you know, that I'm pretty sure that I could do. But yes,
True. I am severely underweight, so I don't think I'd be able to take on the Predator.
The white jaundice-eyed avatar is underweight. I wouldn't have noticed.
But yeah.
Yep. 6 feet, 120 pounds. No way.
So let's see. Alien versus Predator. Who would I rather fight? I might actually also go for Predator, but for very different reasons. You see, Alien, first of all, they usually don't come alone. I mean, literally outside of the first movie, it was usually more than one. They are kind of like this entire thing.
Well, they're like a hunting species.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
go alone.
Yeah, you have one. This one transmorphs into a queen or something. Then you suddenly have eggs, and then you have as many aliens as you have friends to die, and then suddenly you are overwhelming numbers. So yeah, there's a thing with numbers. However, the Predator usually comes alone because they have this entire honor thing going on. Those fools, honored. Anyways, so yeah, they come with all the high tech and stuff, but they are all like there for prey. So first of all, I can just be as pathetic as possible, like, oh no, like I'm training with ferrets. You see, I'm training with ferrets, and if you have ever seen a ferret trying to do any athletic skills, it's like, and I will just channel my best inner ferret, do a few moves, and the Predator will be like, oh no, if I kill that and bring that back as a trophy, they will make fun of me. So the moment the Predator turns around, then I get my actual ferrets and throw them at him, and then they scratch him. And
just imitate Himbo and just give the most no thoughts, head empty look. Just
no! Now that you mention Himbo, perfect. So first, I channel my inner ferret to look pathetic, and the Predator will be like, okay, is there any other victim around? Then when he then turns away, then I get out as many of Himbo's mice as possible and just tie them very quickly to the Predator's suit, and then Himbo is going after him. And I wouldn't want to.
Himbo's a predator himself, but his heat vision is only for the mice.
Exactly. So and then I let Himbo do all the work, muscle mass or not.
I think the question said the Predator or the alien, implying there's only one of them.
which is not true. If you've seen the actual movie Alien versus Predator, there are many skeletons.
Well, I know there are multiple of them, but I mean, in this hypothetical situation, there is one of them.
It actually says plural for both cases, but then we are back to the fact that the predators always hunt alone. Therefore, even if it says plural in the original question, we are back to one because honor.
And I'm also going to add to my logic of picking the predator. I've read Archie versus the Predator. They did win at the end. I haven't read. There's no Archie versus Xenomorph because that would probably end with all of them being dead. If the Archie comic characters can beat the Predator, I can beat the Predator. Also, yes, there is an Archie comics where the Predator comes and kills a bunch of people in Riverdale. It is a trip.
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, Archie has also meet Sonic the Hedgehog many times.
But then again, I have seen the aliens go up against Darth Vader. I believe this comic exists.
Archie also gets shot.
Yeah, Archie does die. I think to protect his gay friend. There's a lot of things that happen in the Archie universe.
So the show Riverdale is actually not even that crazy compared to other parts of the Archie.
Okay, let's not go too far. Riverdale gave the characters superpowers, apparently.
As I said, not too far from the original comics.
You know, Archie is friends with a witch, Sabrina.
Yeah, like the Sabrina teenage witch stuff does add a little bit of deniable plausibility. But anyways. Next question.
Yeah, it's all you now because
it's all Discord.
It's all Discord.
Okay. Let's see. Smash the Broccolis asks.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Odie. It's because during a game we were playing the other day, Odie talked about his disdain for broccoli, and I was telling him how he's objectively wrong. But yes, surprise Halloween party announced. You have $20 and a Spirit Halloween in front of you. Go. Okay, so enter any Halloweeny store if you and you have $20 and you know what are you prioritizing?
$20 worth of fake blood. You can use it on the clothes, on the face, on the room.
See, my thought would be I could just grab any like random nightgown and do that, and I could just be Carrie. That the easiest costume. Just Carrie after the pig's blood. What about you, Zach? $20 at a Spirit Halloween. What are you gonna do?
There's a lot of. Have you guys seen the meme of Spirit of Halloween this year, where it's just like Google like images pasted on to like
yeah, like there's the costume bag and it's like and then you have like the image and the name. Yes, I have seen that.
All right. I think, hold on, let me pull it up. I think I'll be this guy.
This guy, he says. Ah, okay. Let me share with this
professional screen.
Why is it zoomed in so much? Let me.
That costs exactly $20.
Ha! I guess this is answered now.
Yes. Okay, what will I get?
This is just a bathrobe.
Let's see.
It'll be the most comfy Halloween party for me.
Especially if you have nothing under
time.
the bathrobe. You're being a true screenwriter, just free balling underneath.
Yeah.
Let's hope there's no updrafts. Let's see. God, what am I gonna do? I'm inside of a Spirit Halloween with $20, so I can't get anything that's like a good costume prop because their proton packs are like $80. They're really good. I got it. Okay. Follow me on this. I am going to leave the Spirit Halloween.
Ah.
and have $20, and I'm going to go buy a bunch of different, like, I'm going to just go find some random, like, cheap depot, which there's a lot of, and buy a bunch of flags of different countries and a pair of scissors. I'm going to make a bunch of blanket ghosts of just a bunch of countries. It is the ghost of world peace.
Oh, okay.
And it's dead.
Look,
World peace is dead. Oh, they're very cynical and meta.
yeah, but if I actually had to go inside and do the Spirit Halloween thing, I probably would just buy $20. Well, no, $18 worth of candy and a $2 bucket, because no. Oh my god, I have the best idea.
Yeah.
No, now I have a good idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy some rope from the Spirit Halloween, some candy, and a bucket. And I'm going to make a wrestling ring outside of my house with the bucket in the middle, and then hoist it up. And I'm going to have basically those one of the, like, suitcase in the cage wrestling matches, and the winner gets the candy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I am making entertainment for myself.
Have those little monsters.
So are you wrestling your friends or anybody who just comes
No,
up on the street?
the children. I am making the children fight.
Children. All right.
I'm not wrestling the children. The children are fighting each other. It's the Hunger Games.
Oh, the children are fighting each other. Yeah, that makes it more fair.
Yeah, and if you lose, you have to do the only take one thing that some people do when they're too lazy to greet trick-or-treaters. So, yeah, there's my answer. Good question. Okay, let's see. What's next? I don't get the wording. I don't get the wording of this question. That's also from Odie. What's the weirdest food presentation you've gotten? What does that mean?
Probably
does that mean like
how it's
Okay, I was about to say. Okay,
like,
I guess that makes sense.
Just the other day, I guess maybe to elaborate how I interpret the question, and Odie can confirm or deny. So just the other day, I explained to Denim the concept of the Met Eagle. So first things first, Met is for some reason, very popular German bread spread, which is basically raw minced pig meat with a lot of onion in it. And, well, there is also the Mad Eagle, which is literally just that. So eagle is hedgehog. And you find
I love this.
You find
this is great.
You find this lamb of raw meat that you are supposed to spread on your bread at buffets, at breakfast buffets.
That's cute. That's cute.
I like that. This is creative. This is like those cakes that are shaped like babies that you cut into.
So yeah, I guess Odie might have meant something down those lines of presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. I guess, like, what was the weirdest way food was presented to me? That is an I mean, because here's the thing, I go to a lot of kitschy places, so I've had things that just look absurd. So
I can talk about mine if you want to think about yours.
So go ahead, Stall.
All right, so I like Chili's, the restaurant, a lot, and you know how they have the boneless buffalo wings, right? And how like it's like topped with all that orange sauce.
Yes.
Well, I guess apparently Chili's has been cheaping out on their ingredients lately, because whenever I order the boneless buffalo wings, it's like topped with like this weird like brown sauce that's like it doesn't look like buffalo sauce at all, nor does it taste like it. It tastes like a really mild, like kind of like honey-ish sauce, and I'm like, this isn't buffalo at all. You lied to me. I want my money back.
You lied to
now.
me.
And yeah, no, I feel really bad about that. And it's also been happening to this is a little bit off topic to the question, but it still pertains to chicken nuggets and presentation, I guess. So there's this other frozen treat I like to get called Anytizers, and they used to do buffalo wings as well, but they like also cheapened out with a weird ingredient, and they said it's a bold new flavor, but it's like this weird, like kind of cheesy kind of taste That's also a
I
little
don't want
spicy.
to think of cheesy as my flavor for chicken, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's really weird. And it also stinks up the entire house whenever I cook it, and I hate it. That's why I
Why
never
have you
buy
bought it
any
multiple
anymore.
times? Okay, I was about to say, don't be like me with Bang energy drink, and I've bought it multiple times, even though every single time I've bought it, it's making me sick.
I bought it like 3 times because I thought like I got a couple of bad bags, but no, it just smells bad every time.
Okay, here, I got one. This is just out of sheer ridiculousness, and that is, it wasn't served to me, but it was served to someone like 2 tables away from me, and I connected soul-wise with this. So we went to a place called the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas, and they can serve you a hamburger that has like 9 patties on it, and it's like this fucking big. And it's
Wow.
even bigger. And we did not order that. I ordered a double. Max and Brett ordered singles like little babies.
Like people who care about their cholesterol.
I'm fine. But there was a person next to, like, a little bit a ways from us, but near us, who was, I'm guessing, with their mother, and they ordered a quintuple patty. So like it was like this big. It was a big fucking sandwich, and I couldn't help but just stare at them throughout most of, like, constantly looking back at them and just seeing the burger get smaller and smaller. How do you eat? You're a freak. You're a freak.
Oh.
But I mean, most of my things are just Vegas food, because I also know that, like, the karaoke bar we went to, maybe that same day, they gave us a drink that was like super fucking tall with just a can of Red Bull stuck on top of it. It was delicious, but it also looks fucking stupid, and I still have the cup. That thing's not a cup. If you are drinking it like it's a cup, you are just very sad. Not sad. You're probably a serial killer. But the because I'm just like, hold on, I'm gonna grab the cup because I need to show what I mean.
I kind of remember. What's the name of the place? Kids Meow. In off Vegas, whatever this area is called.
Explain to me, how do you drink out of this just on a normal day without being inebriated doing karaoke? Because I feel like, what are you trying to say while you're drinking this? Because it also, I know how volume works. This has this probably holds less water than my actual water bottle, because it's just so thin and tall. I have to have this in my kitchen now because I've had it in the background for some times when I stream, and people think it's a bong. And
That reminds me of a squiggly cup.
I do also have a squiggly cup from Disneyland. I am the serial killer with weird cups.
Yes, you're so cool.
But no, so I guess that's just the weirdest food presentations. Anything else is just, I don't get the appeal of food that makes a mess as you eat it. That to me is just weird in concept. Because I see so many videos of like restaurants that are apparently like expensive or fancy, and they just pour cheese on top of shit. And it's like, how do you eat this? Yeah. It's going to get all over my fingers. I don't want that. I don't want cheesy fingies.
I saw someone cooking with pee.
That's less a presentation, more the ingredient.
Yeah, that's also true.
Well, I guess next question then. We lost Key.
I'm sorry. It's just that the lack of, it was just so genuine. I saw someone cook with pee.
Yeah, I believe this was a true statement.
Okay, well, Enigma, I don't feel like ranting today, so I'm gonna skip your key rants because I just don't want to. So I guess we'll go to the FMK.
Oh my!
All right.
Yeah. So, Ask Awkward. Since this day is literally before the spookiest holiday in all of mankind's history, I don't think that's true. I feel like the Celtic version of this is a lot spookier. or there's probably a spookier
Also,
holiday.
there is this very creepy holiday where a certain religion believes that all their saints basically do rise up. So that's some creepy, fucked up shit, and that's creepy on Maine.
Yeah. So let's treat ourselves to some delectable and scrumptious fuck, marry, kill, spoopy, scary sweets.
Ooh,
So
okay.
These are shitty candies, man. Like what? So we have peppermints, a bunch of tiny assorted chocolate bars, and a bowl of candy necklaces. This is shit. I would TP the house whoever has this as their Halloween candy.
I mean, it might still be in the spirit of us asking for fuck, marry, kills where all
I'm imagining these as like sexy anime women.
Yeah, that's how I sometimes go about it, but they will all be trashy, sexy anime women.
I am going to make an executive decision and change one of these because it's Halloween. I'm changing candy. No, I'm changing peppermints because peppermint is a holiday candy. It is a Christmas candy. Get that out of here. I'm changing it to candy corn. We are going with the right seasonal thing. So we got candy corn, tiny assorted chocolate bars, and candy necklaces. So, Zach, you are up first, my dude.
Let me think.
Which of those candies or their personification as an anime girl would you prefer to fuck, to marry, or to kill, respectively?
I mean, I'm imagining like the candy necklace lady to be like she has like a really flappy pussy, like because like, she has a big hole, because she's a necklace. So like I think that's a kill for me.
That's a very literal translation. Okay.
Audience, I want you to know that before the podcast, Zach asked very meekly, "Hey, what is this show rated?"
And we were like, "Yeah, it's fine."
What? I asked beforehand.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying, don't blame him, blame us.
I mean, but yeah, the chat is going all caps lock, so I guess you're doing something right.
But okay, so you're going to fuck candy corn. Why?
No. I think candy corn would make for a nice fuck because like she's like I imagine her as like the most basic white woman out of all.
I like
what
that.
was the third one? Like chocolate mini chocolate bars or something?
Mini chocolate bars.
I'm imagining them like Midna from Legend of Zelda, like the imp form of Midna. And like I'd have like a whole harem of chocolate Midnas, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds nice to marry.
Well, there you go. It's my turn, so you're going last this time. Let's see if I could screw you over. Okay, so
I don't even have any preferences at this point.
Okay, I'm going to marry. No. I'm going to kill the chocolate bars.
Okay.
Because look, Halloween is a very Americanized holiday, and American chocolate tastes like crap. So I am just providing a service and killing all these tiny little pieces of shit. I am going to fuck the candy necklaces because here's the thing. Have you ever heard of candy underwear? That's just a bunch of candy necklaces made into a thong. Like
so it's like you're scissoring it.
Yeah, it's food play. Literal food play. So and some people may be like, you shouldn't put sugar there.
Yeah, you
You shouldn't put a lot of things there, but we still do it. So that it's going to it's going to be an interesting time, and at least the necklaces out of all of them resemble a thing that can be perceived as a sex toy. There's plenty of sex toys with string. So there you go.
That's very true.
And I am going to marry candy corn because you know what? Candy corn gets a lot of shit. Candy corn gets bullied every Halloween as the worst candy. Her self-esteem must be very
I
low.
think you have a bit of a bias here since you're the one who switched candy corn in.
I switched it to a more seasonal candy than peppermint. I could have also said a toothbrush, but that would have just been an easy kill answer. But no, look. The self-esteem of candy corn must be like low to the ground. I would be seen as like a 10 out of 10 in their eyes because I just gave them the time of day without being mean to them.
Oh, what? So you only want the candy corn because they're easy? For shame.
Look.
As far from the gold digger answer as you ever have been.
Yeah, my gold digging is emotional gold digging because they're going to give me, they're going to adore me. They're going to give me so much validation and affection. Because they've never gotten it in their life. As someone in that situation, I give it out like candy, so I'm going to have my own Chrissy. I am the candy corn of people.
But
yes.
What's your term again?
Deprecation.
Yeah, self-deprecating answer, if I've ever heard one.
Well, there you go. There's my answer. So, Max, explain your combos.
Yes, obviously. I mean, I came to this through the most scientific approach. Let me see. The problem is I have no idea what I'm going to say, so let me still try to science it up a little bit. So, first of all, we are...
Dr. Insano.
Huh?
It is his Dr. Insano.
I am Professor Dr. Richard from Warnheim, not this cheap American knockoff, thank you very much. But, yeah, first of all, I would, of course, kill the candy corn. As a German, I have literally no connection to this little treats of whatever it is, so I don't care if they perish forever, so bye-bye candy corn. But then,
I'm
obviously,
frightened.
I am going to marry the candy necklaces, because those little treats, they are very delicious, they are very clean and dense and can easily be consumed. And this is what you want to have around, don't you? And, of course, this leaves the chocolate bars. Everybody loves chocolate, right, kids? But you don't want to...
Don't refer to kids when you're getting to the fucking answer.
Oh, you have a very good
say.
point. We don't want to know what those kids do with their chocolate after Halloween, don't we? So, the answer is obviously chocolate bars.
They eat them.
Going there with the chocolate is a very messy and greasy and disgusting operation. Therefore, you want to limit it to an experiment, to a nice fuck, so to speak, and then clean up afterwards to have a nice sterile reset. That is why I would fuck the chocolate.
I am living in my own nightmare. My own awkward nightmare. Happy Halloween!
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random crap. It's time for awkward guests.
It's the awkward.
Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests.
It's the awkward.
Artwork and analysis,
Whoa, whoa,
which you do not want to miss on